Welcome if you're new here, welcome back if you've been here before. We're going to start with Tillamook Mint Chocolate Chip Ice Cream Scented and Flavored Lip Balm. Today is June 11th. Today is June 11th. And so the service is in 2 days. You have seen this way afterward, I'm sure. But I will be using Tillamook like all week. I will. So I'm going to tell you what's on my face. Then we're going to prime the eyes, do the intro. And then we're going to jump into the look with MAC Squall Goals eyeshadow palette, and this one is Sparkle Storm. I'm holding it this way because, as you see, it's very reflective, and this is what the inside looks like. This is just a gorgeous little palette. Like, it is just so cute, and you are going to want to stay tuned because it's going to be an exciting video. So on the face, Pat McGrath primer, Pat McGrath foundation, shade M18, Estee Lauder concealer 4N, just in this area here. The only powder I use for setting this Fashion Fair Set It Loose powder, the shade is Truly Tawny. For bronzer, we use both the Haus Labs Deep Level 10 and Medium Level 7. And for blush, we used my only MAC blush that came free with purchase with something. And this one is Blush Baby. So we have this on the cheeks today. And we have on my only MAC highlighter that I found at Marshall's. This is Double Gleam Extra Dimension Skin Finish, and so we have that on. So that's this glow right here. It's really cute. So, and for lower lash line, NYX retractable eyeliner in gold, and on our upper and lower inner realms, NYX retractable eyeliner in deep purple. And then we sprayed the face before all of that, the brows, the Fenty Brow MVP. I wear the darkest shade, and to set the face, the Scandinavia Bridal Formulation finishing powder. So I'm excited for this video. We're going to prime the lids, do the intro, and we're going to get into this look. So, hello again and welcome if you're new here. My name is Dion. I call this the crazy troll nation of YouTube. The crazy is that I'm still trying to scrape this one, even though I did open up a new one when Fabulous 50ocity was here and did my face. The crazy, just knowing it's okay to be your authentic self, not feeling like you need to try to be like someone else or act in a way that you normally don't act. Like, just be you and just own it. The troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. You set the standard for yourself. The bottom line here at the Crazy Troll Nation of YouTube is self-acceptance and self-love. Embracing your natural features, enhancing them if you want to, when you want to, but never feeling like you have to. Listen, y'all, love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even when you're not wearing face paint. So that is what we stand for here. There's two things I need to let you know if you're new. That was one of them. I do curse sometimes because I curse sometimes, period. And that thing that just happened, there's an organism that lives in my throat that randomly hiccups, gurgles, and belches in videos. And I do always say, excuse me, whether I think you heard it or not. So that is that. And I can't believe I didn't finish priming my eye. You know why? Because I'm scraping. And I need to just throw that one away. I have a backup one open already. And that will make this process like a whole lot easier. But I'm just trying to get what I can get out of it. But it's to the point now where what's left in there is so dry that it doesn't, I mean, it still holds shadow, but it's hard to blend out like I'm doing now. And sometimes it makes it harder for me to blend out the shadow on top of it because the primer is not smoothed out. And it may or may not be patchy because it doesn't want to blend. It wants to just stay where I put it. So I need to, you know, I'm going to throw it away right now. So if you heard that sound, that was me putting it into my makeup trash bag over here. So I haven't used this palette in a while. I don't even know what look this is. It may just be look number 3. I don't know. I'm pretty sure we've used it twice at least already. But I could be wrong. But it'll be in the title maybe. How many? I'll put over here what look it is. I'll just do that because I don't want to forget. So again, this is what it looks like, and we're going to do a halo look. Spotlight eye something. We're going to be using Hourglass number 3s. We're going to use an Esom V27, and we're going to use these two LaRouche brushes to put shadow on our lower lash line. So we're going to start with Malbec the Halls, this shade here, and I'm wondering if I did this look before. Like, I really don't remember, and I should have looked at my gallery first. Why did I see an update from Nomad that they, like what they had in stock left from older palettes, and which ones were going to be on sale soon. And I was thinking, oh, do I want to repurchase like something else? But then when I looked at my gallery at the looks I did, I'm like, I can do that with other stuff I have. And I know I speak a lot about, you know, using what you have and duping out the colors, because sometimes we may want a certain thing, but when we look at what we've done, it's like, I can do that. And so I'm very much in a buying mood as a coping mechanism for dealing with grief. And so number one, the sale hasn't started yet. And number two, me looking at my gallery, I'm like, I can do these looks. I can replicate these looks very easily. And so even mostly with, I'm not even gonna say my lethal BYOPs, because lethal is bright and bold, whereas some of the Nomad shadows, as gorgeous as they are, they're a little more subdued. And so, yeah. And so, but there is one palette in particular that I had purchased one of, because it was the Venice Simple and Express, because then I had purchased the full size palette, and I'm like, okay, I don't need the small one, because the larger one had 9 of the shades from Simplin. So I'm like, I don't need to keep the small one. So I gave it away, but then I realized I missed it. And so I purchased it again, but for some reason I never used it. And so I'm thinking, like, is this still safe for me to use because I have sensitive lids? And so I looked at my gallery at the looks I did with it, and I'm like, I can duplicate those looks with other stuff that I have. And so I'm going to recreate those looks. And so whenever I get around to that video, I will put a picture of the look so that you can tell me, like, did I nail it recreating that look with other stuff in my collection. And so that's my thought for that. And that's something that I've started doing, not as often as I should, but when I see a palette, I look at my gallery at pictures I've done and be like, can I recreate that? And I do know that some of you do that too. Or if I do looks, you guys may comment, I'm going to recreate that tomorrow with such and such palette. So we know we can, you know, recreate stuff and duplicate stuff. And so this looks like I put that too far in right there. So we're going to take the brush that had the primer on it, and we're just going to use the pointy side and just kind of go up and down right here. I think that fixed it. I don't know. So yeah, so that's something that can help us not spend so much when we think about, now we're going to take Ice Skater Boy. When we see something that we want, it's like, do we really already have that? Because chances are we do in some shape or form. And especially if we have a single eyeshadow palette collection, we may have those shades. And so it's just really just looking at what we have and just putting it together to do that type of look. This is really pretty. This color, that's this shade. And it looks almost like it wants to be a dual chrome, or it may be just, I don't know. Yeah, like this, I'm seeing a different color. You see that? You see that? Yeah, so I think this is a dual chrome. I didn't notice it over here, but maybe because I can't see. Yeah, I do see it here too. Because when I do it like this, all I see is the brush. I don't see from like this angle. But yeah, this is pretty. I'm liking this. I don't think I've done this, I don't think I've done a halo look with this palette before, because this does not feel familiar. It does not. I remember I was on a halo spotlight cat eye look kick, and I did a look, that style look, with like different palettes for like 3 days in a row. And it started with DD Signature Skewer palettes, and then I did it with a few other palettes. Because when I have colors and I'm like, I don't know where it goes, we're going to do a halo spotlight cat eye look, because it's going to look right. Everything's going to end up just blending together. But so that was a lot of fun, and I did a look like that with Martine Cosmetics 669 palette too, and I'm like, this is super pretty. So now we're going to take a clean brush and we're going to go into Glow MG, this shade right here, and we're going to put that on the center. This is a very simple, very basic look. And so now I'm kind of feeling like I can do this with other stuff. The thing with this one is the ones in the white icy packaging are limited edition. And so I'm like, But this is something I could recreate with one of the Pat McGrath motherships. Yes, it would be more sparkly than this shade, but as far as like these burgundy rosy tones or whatever, so now that gives me something to think about. And I do want to keep this, but then I'm like, I'm also in the season of purging. I cleaned out my closet, rearranged my closet, you know, put the winter stuff on the sides and the summer stuff in the middle. And I also decluttered my fitness wear drawer because I'm not fit anymore, and I haven't worn that stuff in like 2 or 3 years, and so it doesn't even fit. So I purged out a lot of stuff. So I'm very much in a place of just getting rid of stuff that's not being used. We're going to take this just to see what it looks like, and I don't think it's going to show up much. And this shade is Like I Sled. And we're just taking this brush, and we're going to tap off, and we're just going to do like a straight line down the center. So this to me would be like one of the Skin Show nude shades. The Skin Show, what do they call it? That top left corner shade in the Mothership palettes. That's what this would be. So it just adds just a little bit of shine. That is pretty though. And so I do really like this palette. But as I do more looks with just anything in general in my collection, I'm like, I could do that with other stuff. This is the brush that had this shade on it. We're not adding, so we're just going back and forth, back and forth. Did I say that right? Where the shades meet just to blend them together. But I'm really just, I did count my palettes, and I forgot how many I have. I think it's like 62 or something like that. I think, excuse me, like 50 is my sweet spot. Well, actually, I think like 60 is my sweet spot because it's like just enough to use them all, but not too much where they all don't get worked into rotation. So this is like very basic, and I'm not liking how light the inner corner looks. So we're going to take this shade. Actually, I wonder what this one will look like. We're going to use this one just to see. So we're going to take a clean Asom brush. So we'll have used everything in here except the black, and then maybe we'll, so much for the halo eye if I put that on the outer corner. So this is Snowbody's Angel, this shade here. And so we're just going to, yeah, because I realized I don't like how that looks. I never like my halo looks when the inner corner is super dark. And because of this one and then this. So, and I didn't want to use this one as the secondary color because I think that also would have just made it too dark. And so this is not a halo look. So I can see this, and it is pretty. That's very pretty. So we're just like changing the whole look, and it still does look dark, like right here. And it almost looks like my not my under eye, but it almost looks like discoloration on my lid because it doesn't look like it belongs there. And when I turn this way, it looks that way on that side. So we're just going to take a little bit more. And I can say there's very minimal fallout from these shades. So even though this looks bright, it's not opaque because you can still see that coloring in there. So we're going to go back to the brush that had the second shade, this shade. We're not adding to the brush, but we're just going to overlap and just blend over. So we just completely just obliterated the halo part of this look, which is fine because sometimes things happen and we change our mind and do new things. And so now I'm thinking, do I want to just take the black on the outer corner, but we're not. But what we are going to do, we're going to take the brush we used for setting the setting powder and just wipe that away. And now we're going to take one of these. I have 2 of them, and we're going to take this shade to put on the first half of the lower lash line, and we're going to blow that down with this brush. So we're going wide with it, and we're going to take that like halfway over. And then we're going to take the clean one, and we're going to go into this shade. And these are shades we used, but again, this one was Glow MG, and this one is Ice Skater Boy that we're going to put on the outer portion of our lower lash line. I'm trying to think now of like what to put on our upper lash line. And I do have some MAC paint pots and MAC fluid lines. And so I'm using the MAC stuff that I have, which is not a lot. because y'all know I got a bunch of Inglot and Melt Cosmetics gel liners for upper lash line. So that is what that is looking like, and I do like it. Very subtle, different from me, but you know, sometimes I do subtle. So we are going to, so that's it for this palette. We've used everything except this shade, which is not a black. It's like a charcoal gray, or like a grayish brown something. I'm not good at describing colors, not at all. But we're going to, we could use the gray. This eye is tearing. Oh shoot. We could use a gray Fluidline. We also have a brown. Dip down is a brown. I think I want to use the gray. Or we haven't used it in a long time. We could just use the black one just because, but no, we're not going to use the black one. I think that'll be too stark. So, and I did not pull out an eyeliner pencil, so let's just grab one really quick. And of course, I'm trying to grab a MAC one. So we're going to put this on. So what I'm stuttering. So this video is also to announce a giveaway, and I did do an IG post and also a short to just remind people you do need to be subscribed before the video is announced. And so what this one will be is you will win one of two connecting colors. This one is Encrypted Kryptonite. This one is Bronze Influence. And so these are brand new, and I purchased them to give away. The ones that I have that I will show you, this is Bronze Influence. Gorgeous packaging. Gorgeous packaging. And what's on the outside is reflected on the inside. It's lovely. And I do have a playlist with MAC pre-made palettes that you can see with these, what I've done with these palettes. And this is Encrypted Kryptonite. And what's on the outside is reflected on the inside. This is gorgeous. And I did a beauty face-off with this, I believe, with one of the motherships. But as you can see, these are very easy to work with. So read below to see what you need to do. The winner will be able to choose which one of these that they want. And the winner, as always, will be announced and tagged in a community post the day that the giveaway ends or the next day. And the winner will have 3 days to respond to me, or it will be forfeited. And if there are other eligible entries, I will go back to the random generator to pick the next winner. So that's how we're going to do that. So do just read below to see what it is that you need to do, because there's always a question and you'll need to answer the question. If it's a two-part question, make sure you answer both parts of the question. And I try to ask questions that will help other people in their thought processes on whether or not to purchase whatever it is. So that's how we're going to do that. And so I am excited to read the responses because it is helpful. You may think, oh, you may think it's nothing, like answering certain questions, but you know, I try and do thought-provoking questions that will help other people because we like to help people here. Yeah, this is very much, they're not there. It shows up better. Midnight Snack. This shows up better over an ethereal eyeshadow look. Like very light toned eyeshadows, barely there for me. This pops that way, and it's almost like a muted black, but over shadows that do have more color. As you can tell, it's hard to see. This brush is frayed. You see this? And so the shadow is not, and I'm trying to group the bristles together, but they're like, we're not going to be grouped. And so I'm kind of struggling to get like straight lines here because it wants to just spread out because of how the bristles are. I need to look at the other ones and see if my other ones are frayed like this, but I really don't think so. And maybe it was resting against another brush, and maybe that's why it just is staying that way. So that is that for the eyeliner. We're going to take MAC Stack Mascara, and we're going to put on a couple coats. I do like this eye look. It is very easy, very simple, as you saw. And the connecting colors, the formula is the same as the limited edition one, such as this one and the 12 pan that I have. And I have another one of, there were 2 6 pans in the limited edition. And the formula is the same as the 12 pan one and in the connecting color palettes, both the 6 pan and the 12 pan. And I really enjoy the formula, very easy to work with. The colors in there, they all work together. And I think they're just really nice little palettes. And I was glad to see that MAC had came out with those because I hadn't checked for MAC for a long time except for their single shadows. But when I saw those, I was like, "Ooh!" So it's like MAC got my attention all over again. Because other than those, I was only checking for them for their black retro matte liquid lip color and caviar. And so, yeah. But when I saw these, I was like, "Ooh!" And I purchased more of them than I thought because I ordered online. But when I went in the store, I was just like, "These are so much prettier in person," that I ended up buying more. Well, the ones that I didn't have. There's only one I didn't get, and I think it was called Rose Lens because I really don't gravitate to rosy tones, but I know some people do, but that palette was very pretty as well. We're going to put another coat over here. This eye is tearing very badly, so we're just going to keep it moving. Thank you for being here. If this is your first time visiting me, there will be more giveaways coming up. So if you're watching and if it's something you might want to win, I will put down in the iCards the video of where I showed the stuff that I have to give away, and stuff has been added since then. So there's like a lot of stuff, and I try to space them out because I don't want to do a giveaway like every week, and I do keep them open usually at least 2 weeks. And so that's how we're going to do that. So, you know, make sure you're subscribed publicly so that I can see that you're subscribed. And I have mascara down here, so let me not touch that. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, and make sure your notifications are on. So if you do win, you'll see when I tag you. And so this is this. We're going to, I should have kept that out. I threw that away already. We're going to wipe off some Tillamook, excuse me, and we're going to put on MAC's Retro Matte Liquid Lip Color, excuse me, and Caviar, and that is this. So this is really like all of my MAC stuff. The blush, the highlighter, the palettes, the fluid lines. I have a couple paint pots, the mascara, and this. I was using their powder foundation, all of their lip products, all of their face products, the liquid face products, broke my skin out. And so I stopped trying them. So it's been like over 10 years. And so maybe the formula has changed. I don't know. But I stopped using them like over 10 years ago, maybe 15. The primer broke my face out. The foundation broke my face out. So I was wearing their powder foundation. I can wear NC42 if I have zero tan. NC43 if I'm like at the beginning or ending stages of a tan. And NC45 when I was a full tan. But then when I found foundations that I can wear all year round, maybe need them bronzer, maybe not, I stopped using the powder ones from MAC. So that's why I don't use any of their powder products. Well, their face products, complexion products. So this line is looking janky. And we're going to leave it. Yeah. I just love a black lip. This is cute, and this eye is tearing like really badly. So stay tuned for other stuff, and I'm looking forward to hearing what your responses will be. So this is what we have. Here we go. And now we're going to do our screenshot, and this is this. I feel like I'm sitting crooked or something. But anyway, so thank you very much. Let me know what you think of this look. Let me know if you have any of the 6 pans or the 12 pans from MAC. Like, what do you think of the formula? So let's help each other out in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. What you think? What do you think of the quality if you have this one or any of the connecting colors? And I really do enjoy the formula. Like, it's just amazing. And so that'll be it for this video. Thank you so much. We're under 30 minutes. What is happening to me? This is a good thing y'all are saying, because y'all like, girl, you be talking too damn long. So I'm not going to start the babble. We're going to go. Thank you for being here. This eye is tearing now too. So I'm going to go. As always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and you will see me soon.